Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Coffee Talk with Sked and BBoss Online. My name is Amanda Kelly. I am the Small Business Training Director for the Southeast Kentucky Economic Development Corporation. And with me, I have Kyle Smith, who is the Small Business Training Specialist at Sked. Today, we're going to be discussing some different options that you can use to help understand what your visitors are doing on your website and whether or not they're clicking links that you have. With that, take it away, Kyle.
I appreciate you all joining us today. Today we're going to cover a couple tools that I find really interesting, that I really enjoy in our time that we've been teaching BBoss online. The first one we're going to cover is Hotjar, which I'll explain here in just a second, and then we'll get into Bitly. I found Bitly last week. We've implemented it here at Sked, and it's been really cool just to see the insights and the information that's been coming from it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Hotjar. So what is Hotjar? Hotjar.com is where you go to find it, and it's a website tracking tool. You install this on the back end of your website. If you have any questions, they're more than happy to help you. Or if you have any questions and you want us to help, we can also do it. They offer integrations with most of your major website builders like WordPress, Wix, GoDaddy, Weebly. So what can you learn? You can learn what people do on your website, what pages they visit, how long they stay, and then what caused them to leave. Basically what it does is when they get to your website, it starts recording them and follows their motions, their mouse movement, and everything as they go through your website, and then presents you the recording. So the first thing it gives you is a heat map, which is where are your visitors clicking. This is a brand new heat map that we started on bbossonline.com. I believe Amanda started this either Monday or Tuesday. So that's why our clicks are kind of low. But as you can see, I've highlighted over features, and it says we've got 3 clicks on features for a total of 16% of the 19 clicks that have been recorded. You can see there's been at least 1 or 2 on my account, and there's been a couple more on resources. Just gives you an idea of where people are clicking, where they might be confused. You can also look at move data, which is where are your visitors moving their mouse. You can see that our hottest spot that we have is right across the menu at the top. Features is the highest, resources is next, but it's also interesting to see down in the text in the middle of the page how many people are actually moving their mouse there and reading along with that text. It tells us that we're doing pretty well with what we're trying to accomplish. And then my favorite one, this tells you where you need to have your information on your page. So this is scroll data. It's how far down the page did your website visitors make it. So in the previous slide, I showed you this is the top part of our website. I scrolled down a little bit, and you can see that right under the bold text there is where 100% of people make it to. So 100% of our visitors see at least that much when they go to our website. A little farther down, it turns orange, and you can see that's about 97% of the people that go to our website see that. And you'll see this white line down towards the bottom of the screen that says average fold. What does that mean? So you think of a fold of a website like a fold of a newspaper. Your average fold is pretty much the front page of your newspaper. It's where the screen cuts off on a website. So the average screen that people have ends right before the resources button on our website. You can see that even with our average fold, only 84% of people make it to that point, which isn't the worst, isn't the best, and it all just has to do with how big our website text is and how much or how small the screens are people are visiting. This is all on desktop, but with a desktop you could have a 30-inch monitor that shows way more, or you could have my laptop that I'm using now that has a 13-inch screen that does not show as much. This is an example of a recording that we had on our old website, southeastkentucky.com. We've since rebranded and relaunched a new website, which is skedcorp.com, but we kind of keep this recording around because it's probably my favorite recording we've ever had. I'm going to hit play on it, and I only track the homepage of our website, but you can also, this gives you an idea of what it was like on this old one. So you can see they land on our website and they start going through all of the menus and everything on our website. They get really intent in the menu as they come back up. Go through everything, scroll through a couple of things. Then here in a minute is my favorite part of this video. You keep looking. And they actually clicked on the home page and just reloaded the same page again. That shows us that they were lost. They didn't know what they were looking for on our website. And it's an interesting topic to see that somebody would go back and click on home again and start searching the same page they did to try to figure out what they were going to. Short introduction into Hotjar. Next thing we're going to cover is Bitly. So what is Bitly? Bitly is a free link shortening device. It can be found at bitly.com. We can also talk about how much it costs, how it can be helpful, and what information it provides to you. So this is your pricing. I've been using the free version for about a month. Really, that's all we need. This is just a sample of the pricing. They really have two structures, and then they do an enterprise pricing as well. The main difference between the two plans, I have it located down here at the bottom in the red square. You can see that with the paid plan that is $30 a month, you get a free custom domain. So right now, every link that I create says bit.ly, and then it has a series of characters after it to signify that it's our link. If we were to pay $30 a month, we could have sced.corp/whatever, and it would be more branded to us. As of right now, we don't really need that. Might be something we do in the future, but with the free plan, you get 1,000 links that you can create a month, and it will give you data on all of those. So what am I talking about when I say data? I'll explain it here more in just a minute. But the first thing you do, it's easy. So you can see that I've gone to bitly.com, I've signed in, and I've clicked on create up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. It comes up with a menu like this on the left, and it says paste long URL. So you can see I've pasted https://bbossonline.com, which is our website that we have for this program. From there, I clicked on create, and you can see on the right-hand side, it created a link for me that says bit.ly/2wvboih. When somebody clicks on that, it takes them straight to bbossonline.com. Now, the fun thing about these is you can actually customize the back half of this domain. So instead of saying 2wvboih, I could change it to bit.ly/bbo, which is the shortened version of BBoss Online that we use. That way it would be easier for people to remember. It'd also be easier to type in than having to fully spell out bbossonline.com every time you wanted to go there. From here, you can also copy it and you can share it. You'll notice right here, I have the option, I have hidden this link from my reports. You can unhide them, you can hide them, you can do whatever you need to. I hid this one just because it was a testing one. We'll probably start using this in the future, but with the bit.ly/bbo instead of the long back half that you see here. So where do we use these? Sked, like I mentioned, we recently went through a rebrand, and this is our new logo. We also created a universal signature file for all of our employees in the office. So everybody has the same format. It has the Sked logo, and it has their name, their title, an email, a phone number, and the website to get to our main website. You can also see under this, we have logos for each of them. So the first one you see is the SCAD logo, is the SCAD website. It's the arrow that we've taken out a part of the SCAD logo, and that links to our website. Next one is, of course, Facebook, Instagram. I'm testing a Twitter one, which is the reason you don't see it in Amanda's, but you see it in mine. And then also we have a YouTube one. All of these have Bitly links associated with them. So when somebody clicks on it, I can see how much traffic each person is getting, or each icon is getting from just an email signature. So if you were to get an email from me and you clicked on the Twitter one, it would register as one click on that. I know that it's come straight from email because it's the only place these links can be seen. And it's actually really cool to see. So for example, this is our normal link. So on the left-hand side, you'll see that we have the platform and the normal link. You see that most of these are pretty short. You know, our website is skatecourt.com. Our Facebook is facebook.com/skatecourt. Our Instagram is instagram.com/skatecourt. But you can see it gets a little crazy with our YouTube one, which I don't know anybody that can remember that and type it out without having to click on it. So what we did was we employed Bitly to shorten our links. So as you can see, our Bitly link is for our website is pretty much just as long. It is bit.ly/skadweb. But you can see for the rest of them, they shorten quite a bit. So our Facebook is bit.ly/skadfb. Our YouTube one is bit.ly/skadyt. Now, you'll notice that the S is capitalized in the Bitly one, in the YouTube one. That's because lowercase skadyt was already taken. If you type in bit.ly/lowercase skadyt, you'll actually end up going to a different website than what we're sending you to. But that's just stuff. They're not meant to be typed in specifically. They're more meant to be clicked and used to track. So this is an example of the tracking that you get. So you can see, I started these on April 28th. And you can see the tracking we've got. So since April 28th, our links have been clicked on 168 times. 168 of those have been via email, SMS, or direct. They've all been email. That's the only way people have been able to click on these is through an email link that we've sent out. And 158 of these have been from the US. So what are our top performing links? As you can see, our Facebook email icon has been clicked 50 times and our website's been clicked 50 times. This was as of 4 o'clock yesterday, so these may have gone up a little bit, but this is relevant to what we do. Our Instagram and our YouTube are both kind of behind at 34 each, but as you can see, we're getting pretty good traffic from our email signatures. And you can also look at information for just one link. So I've clicked on our Facebook one. You can see we've got 50 clicks. And yesterday, May 13th, we actually had 3 clicks on the link when I checked this. It actually updates pretty much in real time, and we'll track it daily for you. I really enjoy Bitly. It's been fun to watch the analytics and the information we get from it. And I'm pretty sure we're going to continue using it in the future. We'll probably integrate some other programs that we do to see how our reach does there. So wrapping up, Hotjar is great for finding out how users behave when they come to your website. It can be used to make edits to your site based on real-world data from your website visitors. Bitly is a link shortening platform that will also provide you statistics to the links you create. And it'd be perfect for creating links to an event and seeing how many clicks the event's getting. With that said, this is how you contact us. On the left, you have my information. That is my cell phone number. You can contact me anytime, call, text, whatever. And then on the right, Amanda as well. That's her cell phone number. You can contact us there as well. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Amanda and see if she's got any other questions.
Thank you, Kyle. It was really interesting. I think Hotjar has so many great tools, and I kind of want to show you guys how you can really utilize it to figure out where your traffic's coming from in addition to what they're doing. So if it's okay, I'm going to share my screen. So what I want to show you here, okay, so what I've pulled up here is Sked's Hotjar recordings. These are people who have come on our website. Most of these were from yesterday. And you can see how many pages they visited. And you can also see the duration. So how long did they spend on your website? So looking through these, and I did a little looking before I pulled this up. So this is a recording that lasted 21 minutes. Somebody who spends 21 minutes on my website is pretty interesting to me. So you can go through and you can watch them, just as Kyle showed in the video earlier, exactly where their mouse is going, where they're clicking. This person kept clicking on the Sked logo again. I'm not sure why. But they go through and they really spend a lot of time looking at some different posts that we have on the page, some different programs that we have. So I'm interested to know where they're coming from. So I can find that out because I know that they were on our website on March 13th, May 13th, Lord have mercy. And I've got Google Analytics set up on my website. So if I click over to Google Analytics and I've changed my date, I'm looking at my audience right now, and I've changed my date to May 13th. So this gives me a nice graph that shows when people spent the most time on my website. So I had 4 users at 11 a.m., which is interesting. We had 17 total sessions yesterday and 15 different users, 10 of which had never been to our website. And in total, they looked at 63 different pages. So I'm interested to find out where these people are at. So I'm going to click on demographics and go to country, and it tells me that 14 of the users came from the United States and 1 came from Taiwan. Well, we don't do anything in Taiwan, so I'm not super interested in that. But I am interested to know where in the United States these people are located. So it makes sense that the vast majority of our visitors came from Kentucky. Sked operates solely in Kentucky, so we like to see that. But we also had a couple of visitors from Georgia and 1 from New York. Now, if I want to see exactly where in Kentucky these people are, I can click on Kentucky, and it will give me a rundown of the cities that they come from, which this helps make you aware of whether or not you're reaching the audience in your service territory in the area that you work. So, we had 3 visitors from Somerset. Louisville is not in our service territory, but we can see by looking at Louisville that we had 1 visitor from there, and they only visited 1 page, and they weren't there for more than a couple of seconds. So they stumbled across our website, but it probably wasn't what they were looking for. But we can see Mount Sterling had 6 different page sessions. They visited 6 pages and spent 28 minutes on our website. So the data is a little bit different from what Hotjar showed us at 21 pages, but the time fits. So it's about the same amount of time as what Hotjar showed us. So it's safe to say that that visitor that spent so much time on our website was probably from Mount Sterling. And we can use that to understand and make sure that we're reaching the audience that we want to reach. It gives us insight into what's working on our website. The other benefit to Hotjar is that when you go through and watch a recording, if somebody fills out a form that you have on your website, say it's to sign up for your mail list, you can see if it works or not. So sometimes people will get an error message when they go to fill out and sign up for your mailing list, And if it gets an error message, you know that there's a problem on your website that you need to go back and address to make sure that next time they come back, or the next person that comes back, gets the success and gets signed up for your mailing list. Sometimes there's just a little glitch in the system. It helps you understand what's working. It also helps you understand what's broken and needs attention. So Hotjar coupled with analytics, coupled with Bitly, gives you a ton of information that you can utilize to make your website better and better and better. Now, does anybody have any questions? Nobody? Okay. These are pretty simple tools to set up. We go through the process. We do go through the process in BBoss of setting up Hotjar. Do we not, Kyle?
We talk about it. I don't think we have step-by-step instructions.
Okay. We will put together some step-by-step instructions on how to set up Hotjar and Bitly for your website. We do have one on Google Analytics. So if that is something that anybody is interested in, we can get you access to all of the BBoss online training content that covers about 25 different topics that can help you reach your customers better with the right message. So all you have to do to get our access to BBoss Online is to send myself or Kyle an email, and we will get you set up. You'll get a welcome email, and that welcome email will explain exactly how to access all of the content. And again, there's no cost for everybody in our service territory. So it's a good resource that you can utilize. And we're always here to help if you run into something and you're not sure how to work something. We can help walk you through it. Kyle, did I miss anything?
I think you covered pretty much everything. As long as nobody has any other questions, I think you're good.
Okay. Last chance for questions. Anybody have any? Edith, do you think that this will help you at all?
I'm not computer savage, but I learned a lot. I mean, those were, sites I've never used before. So I'll give them a try and see.
Cool. Hotjar is a little creepy, just because you're watching what somebody's actually doing on your website, so it kind of feels like you're creeping on them. But it really does give you valuable information that you can use to make your website better. The one thing about Hotjar is it's anonymous, so I can't go in and figure out exactly who. The closest I can get is to figure out what city they were from.
Yeah.
So you know, I can't pinpoint. Now I've used it before to when we sell BBoss Online outside of our service territory to other organizations like us, and we've used it before to see where visitors are coming from, and then look to see if there's an organization like that in their area, and then just kind of sent random emails saying, hey, this might be something you should look at, just on the off chance that I guessed right. But obviously, you know, we're not getting personal information here. And if they do fill out any personal information during the recording, it's blocked out. So I can't see if they fill out our form for the mailing list. I can't see what they're typing. So that's kind of it keeps things politically correct.
It's very interesting. You did a good job, Kyle. I learned a lot.
Thank you very much.
And whether I use it, if someone ever mentions it, I'll know what they're talking about.
There you go. There you go. So
I'm not sure. We have an IT man, and I'm not sure if we're allowed to use that with our programs. I'll have to check with UK.
Yep.
They're the boss and they control what we do. But I have never heard them mention it. So we, like on our Facebook, we just have to go back and look and see how many contacts we've had, through the Facebook links. But it'd be nice if, all the different data you give us, it would be nice to see it. But I like how, and I realize this, like I do a weekly newspaper weekly newspaper article on Sunday. Well, I know they probably only read the first few lines, but I can't get everything important in those first two lines. But I
Oh,
agree with you, that we just are bad to skim, and that's what we do,
you're
Just keep going
absolutely
through.
right. And it would give you some data as to how far they're reading into the
Yeah,
newsletter.
yeah.
And, sometimes it can help you organize it to maximize
Uh-huh.
the interaction.
Yeah. But it was
Well,
very. Do you all do this every Thursday?
Yes.
every Thursday at 10, yes.
Thursday, okay.
We cover
Because
different topics.
Thursday's my day in the office, and I'm by myself, and I'm always looking for things I can do to improve myself. So
I certainly hope you join us. And Edith, if you would like access to the rest of the BBoss content, I'd be more than happy to sign you up.
I'd be happy to.
Okay. Do you care to share with me your email address?
Yeah,
I've got it. I will get you signed up, and you'll get an email from me here in just a little bit, kind of explaining the process. We use a program called Startup Space to host all of our videos, but we'll walk you through exactly how to get to everything.
okay.
Awesome. Carrie, do you have any questions?
I don't know if she has.
I think she might have had some connection issues.
She did. She had some connection problems.
Well, if anybody has any questions, if there's anything Kyle or myself can help with, all you've got to do is reach out to us and let us know what we can do to help.
Okay. I see where there's lots of businesses in Somerset that uses your services. I noticed there were several sites.
There are. We've got some wonderful, wonderful clients that we really, really enjoy working with.
Yeah. It's a good place. People think it's a large town, but it really isn't. You eventually know everybody. So
You do. I've been here since 2003, and yeah, it's not a big town. Everybody knows everybody.
okay. Well, thank you so much.
You have a great rest of the day. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.